I want to touch on something. We did a video a while back, how to get an offer accepted. And you're a buyer, you're looking at buying your first home or buying a move up home, and you find a house that you love and you want to get your offer accepted, but you're competing with other offers. Like, how do you actually get your offer accepted? And there are a lot of ways that you can do that, but I kind of want to do an updated version in the world of COVID of how you can really get your offer accepted. So Keith, you want to touch on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first part is going to start with the loan, right? The loan has to be put together, and we are operating in a way here with our team and working with Brandon so that we're putting our customers in the position that they can get their offers accepted, which means we're gathering all the documentation ahead of time in advance. But sometimes we're getting that feedback like, wow, like, I'm not even in contract on a home and you're asking for everything. Like, yeah, because we need to be ready so that when you're out there writing a home, it's rock solid 100%. Like, if you get into contract, it is 100% going to close. We're not going to have delays, and we can put ourselves in the best possible position to write the most competitive offer and maybe the quickest close. And when we say most competitive, I think often clients are thinking about price. Price is not necessarily the only thing that determines how competitive your offer is. It's also the terms in the offer. How quickly can you close? What contingencies you potentially have in place? And all of those things to get as competitive as possible are predicated on getting your loan done ahead of time and have everything together. And so I would say, just like from an updated standpoint, is, we have to get everything. Like, can you get me qualified with just my W-2s? Well, yeah, we probably can give you a really good idea, but you're not going to be able to get into contract in a home and write the offer that you need to if you're not giving us the tax returns and the pay stubs and the bank statements and all that kind of stuff. So, we're not asking for things that we don't need. We're just trying to put our customers in the best possible position so that if they go find the home they want, they're in the position to get it.
Yeah. And a lot of that comes down to communication as well. Once you have a clear communication, I've really found with all the buyers coming out of the woodworks right now, there's a lot of buyers that are really excited to buy. You got interest rates, so low, it's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
But I really like to get them in a conversation with you or Sarah or someone from your team. And this goes whether you're working with Movement Mortgage and Keith and his team or anyone else. You want to have that communication out of the get-go to get all that documentation together, to get to put a solid offer. That's the first piece of a solid offer, is really having that loan taken care of. And then from there, you have to be able to make sure that whatever real estate agent is representing you actually has clear communication with the listing agent. I can't tell you how many times I get offers on my listing without anyone ever talking to me. They don't know what my sellers want. They don't know if my seller needs an extra 2 or 3 weeks to stay in the house after it closes so they can use those funds to buy another house. They don't know if we want really short contingencies for whatever reason. There are lots of factors that you have to look at, and that's why whenever I go to write an offer or present an offer for a client, I call the listing agent directly and say, what does your seller need? You have to be able to write a competitive offer, and the little things, there's so many little things. And I like kind of the phrase you say, Keith, right? What, write it?
I don't know. I feel like I got a lot of them. What are you rolling with?
Write it.
Write it to buy it.
Write it to
buy it. Write it to buy it.
So speak more on that.
Yeah. So there's an opportunity, I believe, that there is in the marketplace to grab a ridiculously low interest rate and buy a home at a time where home prices are going to be higher potentially in the future. And it's just an awesome time, but it's also a very busy time, and there's a lot of movement. We don't have a lot of houses on the market. And so the one thing, the conversation that is so painful for me to have with customers is after they lost the house and we find out that the home went for maybe $1,000 more than their highest offer. And they're like, well, I would have paid $361. Then we probably should have wrote that offer at $361, And so I'm not trying to advocate for somebody to overpay for a home. We're going to get an appraisal, and the appraiser is going to tell us if we're paying fair value or not. And from that point in time, we can renegotiate and figure out things from there. So I'm not advocating to, willy-nilly just, write offers on houses. Look at the comps, make sure it's worth the price. But also, I think a really good kind of methodology or just mindset to be is like, what is your walk-away number? This home, you love this home. What is the number that if it sells for that, you're fine? Like, we're good. You won't have any remorse finding out what it sold for, because you understand your walkaway number. And if you have that walkaway number, and that walkaway number is fair market value, it can be substantiated by comps. Brandon says, yeah, that it's high, but that's it. Like, consider writing that offer if you really want the house.